my name's Dawn Patterson and I work with Ulster Wildlife on the Grassroots Challenge Project. The Grassroots Challenge is a project that works with young people, specifically from Young Farmers Clubs of Ulster, Duke of Edinburgh Award and Joint Award Initiative, and also special schools. I'm the Duke of Edinburgh Project Officer, and my job is to support young people and also their leaders and their teachers to try and get wildlife and conservation into their Duke of Edinburgh Award. I also work with a group of young people on the Our Bright Future Policy Support Project, and we work to campaign for things that young people particularly want, and that's learning outdoors, more environmental jobs, and also to be heard and have a broader place for advocacy. Day to day, my job can be incredibly varied. One day I can be building a barn owl box with a group of young people. The next day I can be meeting a teacher to work on a volunteer project that they might want to do in their school. After that, I might be working with a group of young people on potentially meeting a politician. So it's incredibly varied from day to day. Probably one of my favourite things each year is planning the Duke of Edinburgh Award or Joint Award Initiative residential, where we go away for a week and have a properly immersive experience in nature. I love my job because I get to share wildlife and nature with young people. For some of those young people, it's discovering that joy and the wonder for the first time. Perhaps the first time they've seen a red squirrel in the wild and the first time they've actually ever really sat and watched nature. For other young people, it's about giving them the support and the confidence they need to progress on their journey in environmental work or in campaigning. My advice for young people who is just starting out is to think about what you'd really like to do and try your best to follow that path. However, people always ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up, or what do you want to do? And sometimes I think that question is very limiting because it implies that there's just one thing, and real life isn't like that, and there's potentially so many more opportunities that you don't even know exist until you get out there and you start getting experience. So yes, it is definitely worth having a plan and having goals, but don't be inflexible. Appreciate all the different experience that you might get, and you never know where that experience might take you. If there's a particular type of work experience that you feel you need to pursue your plan, just ask. Look around for the opportunities, look around for the people who are doing that work, and ask them if it's possible for you to get some work experience with them. You'd be surprised at how few people actually do this, and the worst thing that can happen is that they can say no. The best thing that can happen is that you get the work experience that you need to do your job. The environmental problems at the moment are huge, and so there's always a huge amount of work to be done. If you show up and help, it will be really, really appreciated by anyone working in the environmental sector. Specifically in Ulster Wildlife at the moment, we have a programme called Sure NI, which would be very interesting for anyone who's looking to gain experience in ID skills. At Grassroots Challenge, there's a variety of programmes you can get involved in, and it's certainly worth contacting us to find out what activities would suit you.